We are 42 days away from Christmas, and I hope that your house is as excited as my house. It's very festive. The trees are out, and we're slowly wrapping those gifts to go under the trees. But I know a lot of us are looking forward to our Christmas bonuses. So today on the show, I want to show you how you can get the most out of your Christmas bonus and how to get at least 20 to 50% back from your Christmas bonus this year.
Welcome to the Wealth Nation podcast, a podcast for every mother, daughter, grandmother, sister, and wife, and the men who are smart enough to tune in. The Wealth Nation podcast brings you all you need to know about investments, business, property investments, personal finance, and all-around financial wellness. Here is your host, Yolanda Rose.
Hello, this is Yolanda, and welcome to another episode of the Wealth Nation podcast. I am a wealth advisor, I am a financial advisor, and it is my goal on this podcast to give you easy, actionable tips, content, and strategies that you can use to manage your money well and to build generational wealth. So thanks for joining me on another episode this week. And if you are new here, please subscribe to this podcast. And please leave me a review as well on whichever platform. And if you are listening to us on YouTube or on a podcast platform that doesn't have any review options, you can leave us a review on Facebook. On our Facebook page is Financially Fabulous Females. If you don't have Facebook, leave us a comment on our YouTube channel. And we'd love to connect with you. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the podcast. The Wealth Nation podcast is sponsored by Audible. Audible is a seller and producer of spoken audio entertainment, information, and educational programming on the internet. Audible sells digital audiobooks, radio and TV programs, and audio versions of magazines and newspapers. For a 30-day free trial of Audible, go to www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com/audible. So this week we're learning a new financial term, and we're talking about the fiscal cliff. Now, if you follow us on YouTube, you would have already known what this is about, because last Thursday I did give a complete description on the fiscal cliff, how it impacts us as South Africans, regular South Africans. So go to our YouTube channel. It's Financially Fabulous Females. Subscribe to our channel. Every Thursday, a new video comes out. So if you didn't watch it, let me give you the highlights package of what the fiscal cliff is from a South African perspective. Well, South Africa has reached its fiscal cliff. And what that basically means that government spending on the public wage, social benefits, and the cost, the interest cost in the borrowing, I'm not even talking about the capital, I'm talking about just the interest portion of borrowing. Those three figures exceed government income. And that is scary. Imagine if the interest on your debt, and then you had two other things. You're contributing towards some kind of cause, and you had to pay alimony, for example, right? Those three amounts exceed the amount of your salary. That's the basic situation South Africa is in now. And it is scary. Where's government going to get this money from? I have no clue. But go and check out our video. Gave you my thoughts on how it's going to roll and what you should do to prepare yourselves for the worst. But enough about the worst. It's Christmas. Christmas is coming. We're 42 days away, and I'm sure that most of you are looking forward to that annual Christmas bonus. And now, I know with that sudden influx of money, it can really spur guys on to go into a frenzy, night outs, partying, buying, vacations. And luckily, most folks can't go out of the country due to the whole lockdown situation. But if you leave the spending unchecked, you might find yourself wondering where your hard-earned money went. So this year, I want you to do things differently. I want you to change your mindset about how you handle this bonus. And I want you to take a more reasonable approach to your bonus. And think about it, right? You have put in the work to earn that money. Shouldn't you also put in some thought into how you spend this money as well?
Raising financially savvy children involves teaching them a variety of skills, from budgeting to planning to earning and saving. Besides giving them an understanding of the value of a rand, it prepares them for real-world finances. Financial literacy is a vital skill, and it is never too early to teach your kids about money. Many parents wonder how they can teach their kids about money, and where to find age-appropriate resources. You can now purchase the Financial Literacy for Kids workbook, which is aimed at primary school kids. It's now available at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com. This workbook provides you with 12 lessons, activities, lesson plans, discussion points, and quizzes that you can use to test your kids' knowledge. Shop now at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Tuned In. Now back to the show.
So I'm going to give you a couple ideas on how you can get up to 20 to 30% more from your Christmas bonus this year. Remember that when it comes to your bonus, it is subject to tax. So however it is you get paid before tax or after tax, and make sure you understand the holistic value of what your bonus is before you actually spend an amount that actually belongs to the tax man and not to you. Now, the key difference between the wealthy and the not so wealthy is that when the wealthy get money, they then take that money and they invest in assets that bring in more money, while the not so wealthy tend to splurge on that money. So I want you to think for a while, where do you fall in? Or maybe you're not wealthy now, but you can adopt a wealthy mindset. And by mindset, I mean think like the wealthy do. Like I said, the wealthy buy assets. You can use a significant portion of those funds to buy assets that will generate you more money. And I know it's been a hard year and you're thinking, you know what, it's been a hard year. Let me just enjoy my Christmas. All I'm asking for you to do is just think differently with your money this year. And if you make these minor changes in your money spending habits, it's going to make such a big difference, a compounding difference later on in your life with your money. So I'm challenging your mindset right now, okay? Remember, the difference between the wealthy and the not so wealthy is that when the wealthy get money, they invest in assets to bring in more money, and the not so wealthy tend to splurge. I want you to listen to episode 56 of the Wealth Nation podcast, where I spoke about learning how to delay instant gratification and how that's like the number one rule of finance. If you can control that one thing, and you may not be a savvy investor or into all kinds of alternative investments, but if you master that one thing of delaying instant gratification, you are light years ahead of most people. And how you react now, or how you spend now, from this point, up to this point of listening to this podcast, and hopefully you're doing this sometime in November 2020. So whatever you do now until the 7th of January 2021 will determine how you start your year. And you do not want to start your year on the back foot, especially when a second wave, as South Africa goes into the winter season, it starts getting colder from around March or so. And the likelihood of a second wave coming up could happen. And we certainly don't want to go into lockdown. So it's still very unpredictable next year. So you don't want to be racking up heavy amounts of debt. You want to be conserving what you have. And if you listen to the physical portion part of this podcast and the video that I did, you'll understand why you need to be wise with your Christmas bonus now. So I'm going to give you a strategy right now that's very a little bit different. And if you make the sacrifice to start the strategy this year, the strategy is cyclic. So every year, if you repeat the same strategy, getting tighter and tighter every year, in a couple of years, you're going to be in real good shape with your money. And this, just watch the strategy, just build your wealth, just this one strategy alone. Now, the strategy is determined on where you are on your financial journey. Now, if you're just clicking with your finances now, if you just realize you made a change now, maybe this is not the best strategy for you. But if you've started early on in the year, you've committed to wiping off that debt, that consumer debt, and you wiped out around 50% of the debt already, and you really starting to build your wealth portfolio now, this strategy is going to work wonders for you. So the first thing that you can do to increase your Christmas bonus, increase the value of your Christmas bonus by 10 to 30%, is to pay off those high interest loans. Remember, the high interest loans, the interest on that is around 15 to 30%, sometimes even higher. So listen to episode 26. I give you some really nice strategies on how you can start controlling your debt and getting a debt payment strategy together. But if you have a significant amount of debt paid off, use this bonus to pay off whatever's left or even a bigger portion of what's left. Consumer debt is expensive, and by settling the debt or paying down a significant portion of it is going to save you thousands if you can reduce those payment terms, reduce the amounts that you owe, eat up those principal amounts. You can reallocate these funds in the future towards investments that bring in funds for you and build your wealth. The second thing you can do is make a contribution to your tax-free investments. So instead of putting everything that you have, you can have a strategy where you take everything that you have and put it in your tax-free investment. But if you have been making contributions into this investment throughout the year, remember you are limited to 36,000 Rand. So if you can top up this portion of your tax-free investment with your Christmas bonus, this would be great. Mainly because that the growth and the withdrawal from a tax-free investment is zero taxes, and you can grow offshore. My personal tax-free investment grows at around 13% plus, and that's no tax on the growth, no tax on the money that I withdraw. So topping up this investment will bring you wealth in the future, and depending on the portfolios that you're in, can even bring you dividends, can bring you interest in the future. And the third thing that you can do to get 10 to 30% back from your Christmas bonus is to top up your retirement contributions. Now, retirement contributions qualify for a tax refund in South Africa. And this year, SARS has been great. I've got my refund within 24 hours. The refund hit my account. I was just so blown away with SARS this year. So the retirement annuity contributions are a maximum of 27.5% of your taxable income, but it's limited to 350,000 Rand. So this 350,000 or the 27.5% includes the contributions made to the workplace pension or your provident fund. So if you contribute over the limit, SARS will keep a record and that amount just rolls over until the next year. Unlike tax-free investments where you are taxed at 40% if you contribute greater than 36,000 Rand per year. So here is how you can get maybe 10 to 30% of your bonus back in the form of retirement savings refund. So one, at this point, you need to know what your marginal tax rate is. Now, by marginal, we mean the highest tax rate applied to any part of your income. So you're going to multiply your marginal tax rate by the amount contributed into your retirement savings. So if you contribute 12,000 Rand a year, maybe your marginal tax rate is at around 25%. Then you would get a refund of around 3,000 Rand. If your marginal tax rate was 41% on that same amount, you get a refund of 4,920 Rand. So let's say you earn 500,000 Rand a year, before taxes. You contribute 10% of that, that's 50,000 Rand a year into your RA. Remember that when you contribute 50,000 to your RA, your taxable income now becomes 450,000, and then you're taxed on that. But that's not our focus now. That's a different kind of talk. So you would then qualify for a refund of 18,000 Rands. So that's a pretty sweet deal right there. You're effectively getting 50,000 Rand into your retirement savings, and it's only costing you about 32,000 Rand or so. But on top of that, if you take your Christmas bonus of, say, 30,000 Rand, top it up into your retirement annuity, you would then get a refund of around 28,800 Rand. That's an additional 10,800 Rand refund that you're getting from SARS. That's basically 30% of your Christmas bonus right there that you get back. Now, you might not get it back immediately, but you do get it back. And one of the benefits of not getting it back immediately is that you're not going to spend it. So essentially, if you take that Christmas bonus of 30,000, put it into your retirement annuity, you're going to have 80,000 Rand contributing to retirement savings this year. And it's only going to cost you 51,200 Rands or so because you're getting that rebate of around 28,000, over 28,000 Rand. Now, there is the downside of waiting for the refund, and you're not getting caught in that Christmas rush. So your mind is already changed now. Remember, we're challenging your mindset to get into that wealthy mindset. You've bought into an asset, your retirement savings, that's growing for you and building your wealth for retirement. And you are getting that rebate back in the next year. So I think it's win-win for all. I mean, obviously, if you're not in the best financial situation, you might want to put everything into paying off that high consumer debt. But this strategy that I've given you now is simply great. Now imagine if you implement this to the T, all right, to really ramp up your wealth building efforts, right? What will happen is when you do get your rebate, because you did so well in implementing this strategy, take a nice, decent portion and do something nice for yourself. Go on a nice holiday, local holiday. If you're in Durban, go to Cape Town. If you're in Cape Town, go to Durban. If you're in Joburg, go to Durban. If you're not in Durban, come to Durban. All right, go on a nice holiday. Take a break to celebrate this new strategy that you've implemented. However, don't spend all of it. Take at least 70% of it and put it back into your retirement annuity. And then the strategy kicks in all over again. And then you come to next year with next year's bonus and you kick this in again. And then your wealth building efforts are in serious overdrive. So you have this one strategy set every year. This is your move. Until the rules change, until the pension funds change, until the taxation system changes, this should be your go-to strategy when it comes to your Christmas bonus. All right, so if you are keen on topping up your retirement annuity, I want you to reach out. I work with Momentum, with the Liberty, with Alan Gray, with Stanlib, with Discovery. Those are the investment houses that I work with. I can assist you in setting up with any one of those financial houses, set you up with a nice retirement annuity. And if you are with any of them, we can link you up where your risk and your investment are all integrated and you receive the bonuses of the integrated model that each of those investment houses provide. All right, so reach out. It's Yolanda at financiallyfabulousfemales.com or reach out on social media. All my social media handles are Financially Fabulous Females. Reach out. Let me know you need some help with retirement annuities. I consult with clients all over the country. So wherever you are, we will set up a Zoom session and I will give you advice based on your particular need. Now, as always, any content that I put out on my social media, including my podcasts, they are not financial advice. It is financial education. If you want financial advice from me, it's going to have to be on a one-on-one capacity where I understand what your needs are, what your goals are, where you want to be, and what your situation is. And I will advise you according to your particular situation. On a platform such as this or on social media, it's general financial information. So you understand the tools that are available, the financial products that are available, and the rules that are available when it comes to money in South Africa. All right, so that's it for me on this episode of the Wealth Nation podcast. Catch me on Thursday. On Thursday, I'm going to give you a far more detailed explanation of how these rebates work and how the calculations will make more sense because you're going to be doing it on a video platform, right? I know in the audio you probably went back and listened to all the calculations, but on that video you're gonna see it. I'll put it up in Excel. You'll see the graphs. You'll see everything. So this Thursday on our YouTube channel, it's Financially Fabulous Females.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to visit our website at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com and sign up for our free investment masterclass.